The Sports Gambling Podcast is presented by WinBet. Bet $100 at WinBet and get a free $100 bet. Head over to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/WinBet. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/WYNNBET to claim your free bet today. We're also brought to you by our 32 NFL team preview podcast. Win total plays for every NFL team. Just go to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/NFL previews. We're also brought to you by the Prerolls football contest. It is back and better than ever. $5,000 up for grabs in our NFL contest and $1,500 in our brand new college football contest. Sign up exclusively in our Discord, sportsgamblingpodcast.com/Discord. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/Discord.
This is Jerry Glanville, and you're listening to SGPN. Let it ride, brother.
Cox.
He's one of those guys who will get penetration.
Ooh, welcome everyone to the Sports Gambling Podcast. I'm Sean, stacking the money green with my partner in picks, Ryan. Real money Kramer. What's happening, Kramer?
No, it's football season, Sean. Happy week one. Officially.
Happy week one. We are finally here. Weeks and weeks and weeks of it not being NFL action. Months, dare I say, almost a half year since we were actually talking about week one NFL action that's actually going to happen. So
some might say 7, almost greater than 0.5 years. So 7 over 12.
Yeah, you round it up to 1 year. It's been 1 year since we've had the National Football League. And Ryan, happy 5-year anniversary to me winning $200,000 on NFL Week 1 DFS. Scott Tolzien, I still haven't forgotten what you did to me, and one day we'll have my revenge.
Well, we did hear. Who did we hear from? Which Wisconsin running back did we hear from? With maybe he was going to have put a word in with Scott to come out. Look, I mean, at this point, what else is Scott Tolzien doing? Coaching some high school football.
I thought he wasn't he assistant on the Cowboys.
So exactly, coaching high school football.
Well, I mean, they are going to be starting Jason Peters, which is insane. Again, I love Jason Peters, first ballot Hall of Famer, but man, if you need to sign him off the street, Jason Peters without a training camp, Jason Peters just fresh off the couch. He's
going to play his way into shape.
Oh yeah, but that's not good for the shape he's in, man. All right, we're live on YouTube.com/Sports Gambling Podcast. Brian, we're going to give out not only one, two Millionaire Maker lineups and some props for Thursday night as well.
Is one going to be on the episode behind the paywall?
Yes. Okay. Mostly sign up for our Patreon. Just kidding, guys. We don't have a Patreon. We got a sugar daddy. That's right.
Sean, it comes with stickers.
Personal shout outs. Hey, speaking of shout outs, shouting out WinBet. We're going to be broadcasting live tomorrow. You're listening to this on Tuesday, aka today, streaming our Week 2 College Football Picks Podcast live, NFL Picks Podcast live. We got more Sunday NFL props, bonus episodes, all coming to you from the beautiful Blue Wire studio at the Wynn in Las Vegas. And hey, you can win a trip to the Wynn in Las Vegas, 2-night stay, as well as $5,000 up for grabs in our free roll football contest. Just go to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/Discord, sign up, load up your WinBet account for the football season. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/WYNNBET. If you're not in a WinBet state, what are you doing? Move to a WinBet state. Take the kids. Take them to a nice vacation in Arizona. It's great this time of year. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/WYNNBET. Terms and conditions apply. See winbet.com. Must be 21 or older and present in the state where playthrough WinBet is available. If you're someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-522-4700. We're also brought to you by the Elias Sports Bureau and their new Elias Game Plan app. It is the ultimate sports betting and fantasy companion. Again, NFL is here, fantasy is here. Even some of these nuggets for DFS, I pulled from some of the matchup information that you can get over at the Elias Game Plan app. I've really enjoyed it so far. And again, Elias, they are the ones who always have those great nuggets. They are official stat keeper for the NFL amongst a bunch of leagues. Again, get that Elias Game Plan app. And right now they have a special offer when you subscribe, a 14-day free trial of their monthly subscription plan, only if you use the promo code SGPN. And again, please download the Elias Game Plan sports betting app in the App Store or Play Store and use our code SGPN. Get you hooked up with a nice 14-day trial. You're going to enjoy it. Kramer, DFS, we're here.
Sean, 5.06 was Tolzien's 40-yard dash. So I doubt he's getting away from you nowadays.
Wait, what was ours? There wasn't that far off. I think mid sixes.
Hard to count it with the just egregious timing, and unclear what he's. I guess he's still part of the coaching staff in Dallas. I don't know.
Well, we'll do some deeper analysis on that. Hey, everyone checking in the YouTube chat. We got Dryden saying we made it, boys. AJ been waiting for this video, ready for week 1. Daniel just says I love you.
Oh wow! All right.
Dryden's currently crafting 16-leg parlays with anytime touchdown scores.
Hashtag Legends only.
The time is here, Ryan. I did
3 years ago. You would be laughed out of a room for suggesting that you could parlay all 16 first touchdown scores.
No, anytime touchdown. He's not a maniac.
Sorry, anytime touchdown. Just the idea that's even possible.
The future is here, Ryan.
What a time to be alive.
Is here. All right, I got 2 lineups, both that I feel great about. But Ryan, I'll give you the honors. Who is your first pick in DFS week 1?
And just to be clear, these are we're trying to win
GPP,
the million. We're trying to win the million.
Well, I don't know if you're trying. I'm going to. Calling my shot. No, I don't want to jinx the game.
I can't wait to hear who your $1 million player is this year. Yeah, let's go with Jameis.
Okay.
It's hate week. As high as I am on the Falcons, there's good reason to believe that their defense may be porous. And the more that we went through the best ball process, the more that it was clear. Oh boy, we might be sleeping on Jameis. He's got LASIX. I mean, last we saw him starting quarterback to start a year. What happened, Sean? We'll just say he went through for 5,000, 30 and 30.
Went nuts. Yeah, Jameis against that Atlanta defense. I don't have enough Jameis lineups.
There are plenty of ways where you can play the big boys, but because honestly, the pricing is crazy for week 1. There are some studs priced lower, so it does make it a lot easier to get the big quarterbacks in, which makes me think they're going to be popular. So tried to get a little off the beaten path with both my lineups. Jameis, first quarterback, very on brand. We are a Jameis show.
Pro Jameis. I did just recently put in a Joe Flacco lineup, Ryan, and it was actually, I'll save it for my second lineup because I did find a way to get a jet in there. But for me, week 1, I've been talking about this guy a lot.
I like how you had to let everyone know you do have a Flacco lineup.
Yes, I do. Justin Fields as the quarterback. I don't think people are factoring in. This is a revenge game for Justin Fields. Justin Fields has had this circle on his calendar for quite some time, and you throw in the fact that they're a 7-point home dog, completely disrespected. Darnell Mooney even coming out saying the 49ers will regret not drafting Justin Fields. When your receiver is saying that, that means that stuff is going on in the locker room. Meanwhile, in the other locker room, it's like, oh, Jimmy G, actually, he might be a little annoyed that, or Trey Lance might be a little annoyed at Jimmy G. I think they're really going to surprise people with their ability to move the ball. And again, I didn't even have to go crazy, Ryan, with this lineup because I think, in a way, Justin Fields could be the $1 million player. I think he's going to have incredibly low ownership.
I'm happy that you're so. I love that it's a revenge spot for Justin Fields, and I love that you think
and a revenge spot for me.
And I love
it's fate. I'm pro Justin Fields. I'm anti Trey Lance. This game has it all.
I love how you think that Justin Fields has a calendar that he circled.
Oh, he did.
Definitely didn't. A guy with that kind of whiteboard acumen doesn't have a pen and paper calendar. But yeah, I mean, I see it. I see the angle.
All right, who's your running back?
This is kind of just the culmination of an off season. Give me Aaron Jones. The guy's running go routes. It sets up an interesting way to stack a game that I think is going to have some points. And again, I think the price point for some of these guys this week is just a tad on the short end. Well, 6,700 only. And again, where to be confident that the ball is going to go anywhere else, but Aaron Jones is just you being witchcraftery.
Well, and again, like now Lazard, who Aaron Rodgers, breaking news,
not a Hall of Famer.
No, wore a shirt that said like "Make Rodgers Lazard Great Again" T-shirt. Like he's going all in on Alan Lazard. Meanwhile, Alan Lazard might not play week 1. Robert Tonyan isn't necessarily 100%. He may not play.
I'm reminded how much I hate the NFL teams and how well they hide injuries. Those bastards.
Well, and so we'll see. So I think Aaron Jones, his value is skyrocketing, and then even Romeo Doubs, who early on he seemed like he would be a fun shot at 3,000. I do have a bunch of shares of him and Velus Jones. No Velus Jones in this lineup, but I do think now with the injuries, he might be a live dog. I mean, speaking of dogs, my first running back, guy coming in completely healthy with limited offensive weapons. I mean, Derrick Henry is going to get 30 carries, and I just don't know anyone on this Giants team, Ryan. We gave out a prop bet that Blake Martinez was going to lead the team in tackles, and he's no longer with the team. A late cut for who would project as your leading tackler, to me is a red flag for the defense.
I see what's going on. This is the memo that's being passed through. Yeah, I mean, it turns out that I don't understand why they didn't cut him beginning of the summer, but I wouldn't worry too hard about it. I wouldn't make your whole Derrick Henry case around Blake Martinez.
Okay,
you were doing well before that.
My Derrick Henry case is no one on the Giants are going to want to tackle this guy, and he's going to get some of that volume that AJ Brown left. Like, I just don't see. I mean, Robert Woods maybe get some targets. I just think it's going to be like 30 carries to Derrick Henry. He's completely fresh. It's his first game. He's totally healthy. Why would he not get a massive workload? And I think he's actually going to be low owned.
You think so?
Yeah.
Why?
I mean, from the ownership stuff I've seen, courtesy of John Jackson, he was saying he expects his ownership to be low because of the price point at 8,600.
That makes sense. I guess it'd still be surprising considering the green 26 next to his name, and it is Derrick Henry.
Led the league in touchdowns since 2018. No, he missed half a year last year.
Yeah, I mean he's the big dog. All right, another baby big dog. Huge usage potential. I know there's a little bit of smoke around the injury in the offseason. He did show up in the preseason game. Najee Harris 6,400.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Again, it just strikes me as the kind of thing. Real bullets, live fire. Oh my goodness! Look at all these checkdowns to Najee Harris. Because the Steelers' offensive line is going to suck a little bit, and while they do have some receivers are fun, I wonder what the offense is going to look like right away. So Najee Harris being only 6,400, maybe he'll be chalky, but in this spot against the Bengals team, they should be playing from behind. This has kind of massive, and even in the worst case of a blowout, this has serious garbage time potential.
For my second running back, I went Christian McCaffrey. I think, again, there's no Robbie Anderson. He's kind of banged up. Doesn't seem to have great chemistry with Baker, and maybe DJ Moore takes a bunch of targets, but Baker is going to put the team on his back and do everything he can to win. And the easiest way to keep drives going is just to check it down to Christian McCaffrey. I mean, I think Christian McCaffrey could easily get 15 targets in this offense. Last year, opening day, again, completely healthy, 9 catches, 89 yards, 21 for 98. So he was, and without a touchdown. So if he gets those kind of volume, that kind of production with touchdowns, or even just gets like 2 more yards and hit those bonuses, like it's Christian McCaffrey. And I think Baker's going to check it down a ton.
Yeah, I mean Christian McCaffrey, when healthy, is a $10,000 player. The case is pretty simple. I do think he's going to be pretty well owned at that price point, right?
I would think so.
I mean, I went into this.
I realized I forgot to. I'm going to pull up the pricing. I realized we forgot to give out the pricing.
Oh, I haven't been. Are you not giving out the pricing?
No, I haven't.
How dare you? Well, McCaffrey's 8,500. Henry's 8,600.
I did mention Henry, but Justin Fields only 5,600, and then like you said, McCaffrey 8,500.
You're paying $300 more than Winston for that Justin Fields play, baby. Let's go.
Well, and I like Jameis. I certainly do. I think this to me is a again, he's going to do everything it takes to win. He's going to run the ball. I think more.
It's
than
$1 million
Jameis.
play. I understand.
No, I think he's going to run the ball more than Jameis. But
of course.
I also am going to have some Jameis lineups. These things are fucking $5. Let's go.
All right, wide receiver 1, not a stack for the quarterback. Game stack. Aaron Jones stacked with Justin Jefferson, 7,800. I know there's a decent matchup here. I think it might actually keep some of the ownership off Jefferson. I'm blanking on the corner's name for Green Bay. It was
Alexander.
Done a decent job on him. But that being said, again, I think there's going to be some points in this game. So I'm going to stack Jones with Jefferson. Give me 70. Again, the prices just seem so depressed for some of these elite guys. New offense. We're not exactly sure what we're going to see. What if we see a Cooper Kupp type role for Justin Jefferson? Monster game loading, only 7,800.
Yeah, love it. Darnell Mooney, he is my stack, 5,700.
No brainer.
Yeah, and again, we went over his target share was like 25% last year, and now it's even going to go up. So yeah, 5,700. He's going to get all the passing volume.
All right. I did something different this year. I did 2 running back wide receiver game stacks, testing something out.
Okay.
So with Najee Harris, what are we going to do? Well, we're going to take the guy who had enough reading about how T Higgins and Jamar Chase had similar target share. In fact, T Higgins was more. Had similar ADOTs, had similar all that shit except for touchdowns. So we're going to take T Higgins because he's so much cheaper than Jamar Chase this week, Sean. Jamar Chase all the way at the top of the board, 7,100. T Higgins only 6,100. So take the cheaper of the two. That's the rule with these receivers. Stack it with Najee Harris. Give me a Bengal. Give me a Steeler. T Higgins 6,100.
Yeah. I mean, I like the play. I guess overall, I'm slightly. I could see that game getting ugly as far as passing.
This isn't your grandpa's Steelers Bengals game.
Well, and you never know. Trubisky, who's officially he's they didn't name him the starter. They just released a depth chart where he was number 1.
Which, by the way, I mean, I don't know. I'm sure this is fairly common knowledge, but I stumbled into a bit of a Reddit wormhole on the reasons as to why Bill Belichick is not labeling Matt Patricia and or Joe Judge offensive.
He doesn't believe in labels.
No, it's around the language that requires the Giants and Lions to continue to pay them. Because if they're not, it's something to do with like the type of job that allows them to continue to catch the paycheck from at least for the Detroit Lions for sure.
Wow, that's hilarious.
So yeah, next level 4D chess from Belichick also proves the theory that he might be on his way out. Wide receiver 3.
I'm on wide receiver 2, Ryan.
Okay.
Devonta Smith going up against this Detroit Lions. I mean, they're going to have to. I don't see how the Detroit Lions stop Devonta Smith, AJ Brown, and Dallas Goedert. I just don't. And I think one of them is going to pop. It might be Goddard. It might be Devonta. It might be AJ Brown. In this build, I'm going Devonta Smith, 5,500 against his Lions secondary. I think he's going to have a ton of opportunities. And I do expect the more the season goes along, I am leaning more towards the idea that they're going to be throwing a bunch more. It's going to be high completion stuff, and I think Devonta Smith's going to be involved. So give me Devonta Smith, 5,500, Ryan.
I have him stacked with Swift in another lineup with this new running back wide receiver game stack theory I'm rolling out. All right, wide receiver 3, aka my first stack with Mr. Jameis. Give me the rookie Chris Olave. He's only 4,500.
I like him.
What's you have your ear to the ground with the injuries. What's the latest on Michael Thomas? I'm not expecting anything from him. Should I be?
Yeah, I don't know. He's questionable.
But it's like a
he's
hamstring, and
yeah,
he hasn't played in like, I don't know, 2 years.
He's expected to start, but to your point, he has a hamstring. I don't know. I don't see it.
Yeah, I'm staying away. So Chris Olave 4,500. Again, I watched. I've really enjoyed kind of going into the press conferences and watching some of this media availability. Chris Olave is a guy who he looks like a guy who expects to show out when the lights get bright on week 1.
In a dome
against the Falcons. Hate week 4,500.
Definitely have him in a bunch of lineups already. Third receiver for me, Juju Smith-Schuster.
I like that.
You know, you could certainly make a case for putting Kelsey, but I think in these GPP Millie Makers, I'm staying away from Kelsey. I think there are some fun builds you can do without him and pivot off him. This lineup has an ethos, right? It has a soul. The soul is revenge. Justin Fields, revenge. Derrick Henry, revenge for all the people who said he's been hurt. Juju Smith-Schuster, a guy they wanted to say, oh, Juju, he's just a TikTok guy. Devonta Smith, his revenge is that everyone thinks, oh, AJ Brown's going to be the number 1 receiver. No one's ever going to throw to Devonta. Christian McCaffrey.
What am I reading? The back of the novels at the airplane, like romance rack.
No, I'm getting
revenge was in the air.
I'm getting my squad fired up. Darnell Mooney. Again, everyone's spent the entire offseason shitting
not a
on
wide receiver one. They had to trade for N'Keal Harry.
Shitting on the Chicago Bears.
All right, I like it. Chippiness, maybe a little Rocky laden speech later for your DFS squad. See if you can get them over the hump. All right, where are we at? Tight end. Tight end. All right, so of course I'm bringing it back with Pitts. Let's know that the lineup started with Pitts.
Both these lineups I'm giving out, Ryan, or at least this lineup, no bring back. Considered bringing back someone for the 49ers, but I'm
well,
raw
you're
dogging
playing
it.
a gross fucking game. Yeah,
I'm raw dogging it because I'm going double stack with Cole Kmet.
Bring it back with San Francisco's defense. Sorry.
No, I mean I think Juwan Jennings in a GPP is interesting at 3,100. I'm fading this 49ers offense, and also too, like I think the Bears. We may get to it in my other lineup. I forget who I had, but I mean, here are some interesting defenses overall. Bears at home, 2,200. Texans are also a very interesting defense.
They're an interesting defensive play.
Very
not
cheap.
your whole not dumping your whole lineup into the Bears offense. I'm less into that.
No, I have a quarterback and a receiver and a tight end. I think they're going to be able to move the ball in the 49ers.
3-point strategy.
Yeah, Ryan, you're laughing, but when I cash Bears money line, no one's going to be laughing. Actually, I'll be laughing all the way to the bank, baby. Cole Kmet
7-3.
I think the Bears are going to kick their ass. Cole Kmet 3,700.
Yeah, I mean, in some ways, you rolled out like the simplest build because my Justin Fields lineup. Yes, I have a Justin Fields lineup. It's the. Oh my god! It almost seemed too easy to do that. I almost was trying to get like Velus Jones in there, but then I was like, no, these guys. This is the same type of target distribution as Atlanta. You have a receiver and a tight end who are probably going to see greater than 50% of the targets any given.
Yeah,
Sunday.
and you have a running quarterback.
We'll see how he does diagnosing defenses against a tough defense there. All right.
You were incredibly wrong about Justin Fields, Ryan.
You're really leaned in on this week 1 matchup, which is great. I like nothing really could go right or wrong. I don't know. Like, I guess the worst thing that could happen is Trey Lance comes out Lamar Jackson style and slings for 5 touchdowns.
Oh, if Trey Lance balls out, I'll eat my words and say,
But we all know that's not going to happen.
What do you mean? I say I'm right.
No, I'm saying we know Trey Lance isn't going to ball out.
Oh yeah. And shout out to all the 49ers in my mentions. Dalton put out that Mojo video where I say he was the most overrated player in the NFL.
Oh no.
The funniest thing was,
oh no. What are you doing?
The funniest thing about it was
a bunch of dudes are going to try to paper cut you with their spreadsheets.
The funniest thing about it was that, people they pushed back on the fact that he was overrated. They said no one in the media says anything positive about him. I'm like, what do you? And I go, show me one thing that's negative. And then they send some like Emmanuel Acho clip. I'm like, dude, we can't take Emmanuel Acho seriously.
No, he's
like,
he's a literal meme.
I go, send me a national credible writer who has been super critical of Trey Lance. One, I'd love to read it, and two, please send it over. Still waiting, Ryan. Still waiting.
I just had a funny like
that reminds me. I got to follow up with this guy on Twitter.
Who was that DeColdest commercial in college football? To me, that was how Acho got his start. Just one of those guys. Scream into the
who's your flex, right?
The abyss. Well, double stack, baby. You don't play Jameis if you're not going to double stack. Almost went Troutman, but Pitts was too easy. So I don't think I'm getting shit from Michael Thomas. So give me the other option. It's not sexy because the ceiling isn't through the roof, but Jarvis Landry randomly has a nice little 6 catch, 80-yard, 2 touchdown game. I'll take it. Jarvis Landry, give it to him. I mean, again, he's going to be very involved in this offense. Thought about going Kamara too. He's a bit expensive. So I have a feeling Landry's going to catch some of that Alvin Kamara pass load that we all expect to go away now that Jameis is the guy. 5,000 is the price tag. Sean, who you got in the flex?
This is interesting. You hit on some guys I already like, but for my flex spot in this lineup, this is a guy that our good buddy Justin Decker always like to put in his lineups. He can be a PPR machine at times. Probably not worth it in season long because he gets hurt so often. But week 1 in Miami in a revenge spot, Devontae Parker 4,800.
Yeah, grown ass receiver.
I mean, who else is catching passes on this Patriots team?
Hunter Henry.
You like Hunter Henry?
Ramondre Stevenson.
Yeah, no, I like Ramondre as well.
Well, I'm just telling you who you those are the options I would play.
I think Ramondre is actually a pretty interesting play overall. But yeah, I mean Devontae Parker, I think he could easily get 10 catches.
And the way you bring back Mac Jones is with Chase Edmonds. I've been having a lot of fun with that kind of bring back. Yeah. I mean, look, I think you can do worse than play Devontae Parker. I'm just not. I wasn't going to come out here and start talking NFL Week 1 and put any sort of faith into the Patriots offense, as we just mentioned, plays being called by offensive line coach and offensive assistant Matt Patricia. So
no, but I mean, I don't think
live bullets. NFL regular season. We got Matt Patricia, Joe Judge crafting an offense. I'm just saying, I worry about what it looks like, so I stayed away from all Patriots. One lineup, one lineup. I have a Patriots stack, and I do have a bring back.
But who'd you stack with?
Mac Jones, Hunter Henry, and Ramondre Stevenson.
So you didn't play a receiver?
No.
Okay.
I mean, it's the Patriots.
No. I think Devontae Parker.
I brought that line.
Devontae Parker.
It's a baby fucking wheel, man.
I see Devontae Parker profiles as a nice bring back for me for my Tua, Tyreek Hill, and Chase Edmonds.
Got someone asking where's Colby? We
didn't let him out. That's where he's probably
in his college football camp.
I mean, he's not.
Have you ever heard Colby talk about the NFL? We're doing everyone a favor.
Some horrible things happen in the college football landscape over the last.
Oh man,
he's very pissed about the college football playoff.
I'll save it for the.
We're gonna have a special segment on the Vegas college football episode. Colby talks about the new college football playoff and hates it.
I'll save it for the college episode, but watching Colby watch the ECU game could be a feature film.
Oh no. All right, defense.
Yep. Who do you got?
Huston Texans.
Yeah,
at home. Honestly,
I mean that defense looks good. I know it's preseason, but they're flying around for Lovie Smith. You have Stingley, who is a confirmed dog.
Let me ask you this: do you single stack with Jameis and replace Landry with Pierce and do a defense running back stack? Pierce just felt like he's going to be a little on the owned side. I think he's around 5,000.
I do have some Pierce Texans.
I'll stick with the Jameis double stack. Not many Jameis double stacks will be entered into the Millionaire Maker. That's my prediction.
Mike in the YouTube chat saying who's Aaron Rodgers' number 1 receiver. He must have just hopped in because we're theorizing that it could be Aaron Jones, and that's why we're all over Aaron.
Just
Jones.
eyeballing it. My Aaron Jones ownership in GPP lineups week 1 is north of 50%. It's unhealthy.
Yeah, I mean,
if he sucks week
at
one, I'm
$6,700, he's hard not to put in a lot of these.
I'm playing
lineups.
him in the big boy, the AKA Fight Club, which it looks like we have unlimited seats this year. So if you want to step up to the plate, slide into the old DM. So you got in your defense, Sean.
Houston as well.
Oh, okay, yeah,
2,400. Great price, home defense, divisional game. They'll get up for.
So I guess you didn't play the Bears for the obvious reason. So to me, like if I'm like one of these optimizer guys, I probably just throw the Bears. I throw the who's the third lineup with the Bears, the Texans, and to me, I was thinking maybe the Commanders. They're hosting the Jags.
Oh, as far as defenses,
just like punt defenses.
Yeah,
I've heard some people say the Lions are a punt defense.
Honestly,
I don't quite see that.
I have the Patriots in some of these defenses, and the Titans as well.
Do you play the Patriots or the Dolphins defense first?
I play the Patriots.
Can you play? Can you play a defense in the flex?
I like fading Tua.
Yeah.
I like fading, and Titans you have to pay up for, but I like fading Daniel Jones. I like fading guys who are going to, defenses that are going to cause some turnovers.
You will rue the day you fade Daniel Jones week one.
Oh, right. Wait, he's Daniel now. You gotta stick to your bit.
You will rue the day you fade Dan Jones, which by the way, you mentioned John Boy earlier. Saw his Daniel, AKA Dan Jones ownership through the fucking roof. I loved it. All right, that's it. Lineup 1 in the books.
Lineup 1 in the books. We got some props coming up, and lineup number 2. Hey, do you watch football? Of course you watch football. That's why you're listening to the Sports Gambling Podcast. You need Fubo TV. Fubo TV gives you complete coverage of college and pro football with the NFL Red Zone plus games in 4K at no extra charge. Over 100 channels of live sports and entertainment for a fraction of the price of cable. Watch on all your devices and never miss a game or an episode of your favorite shows with the included cloud-based DVR. Plus, there's no contract, no commitment, and you can cancel at any time. Right now, you can try Fubo TV free for 7 days and get 15% off your first month. Just go to FuboTV.com/SGP. That's FuboTV.com/SGP. Fubo TV. We have it here in the studio. Highly recommend it. I mean, you should not be. There's so many easy ways to cut the cord, and Fubo TV is a great part of that plan. Hey, also brought to you by PromoGuy.us. That's right. For all you sports gamblers out there, I want to tell you about a great way to increase your bankroll. It's PromoGuy.us. PromoGuy.us. You get the best bonuses from all the best sports books in the country. Talking $1,000 risk-free deposits, insane odd boosts, and most importantly, the best analytics in the business. Plus, tons of free picks as well. PromoGuy.us is your guide to betting smart. Once again, that's PromoGuy.us. All right, Ryan, we got some player props here for the Thursday night opening game, and of course, these numbers are courtesy of our good buddies over at Sleeper. You can tie these together, win 2x all the way up to 20x the amount you put in. You go to sleeper.com/SGP, get that 100% deposit bonus up to $100. If you already have Sleeper, just use promo code SGP. Terms and conditions apply. See Sleeper's terms of use for details. Who do you got, Ryan?
I just had a moment and realized we were going to be in Vegas in less than 24 hours, placing some ridiculous bets for Thursday night football.
Place your bets, please.
Oh, Vegas. You know what, Sean? I just had a thought. We were pulling back the curtain all the way. We were discussing some programming for the week.
Yeah.
Vegas. We got to do a how to do Vegas episode live from Vegas. There you go.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
All right, let's get started. Let's keep it simple. I know there's a lot of storylines to be said about these offenses, but these are two quarterbacks that have been. We'll say they haven't had too many fucks to give about turning the ball over. So
yeah.
I'm actually going to jump in and just give you two right off the bat. Cause I'm going Stafford over a half interception. I'm going Josh Allen over a half interception. We know there's going to be fireworks in this one. It's prime time. It's NFL. You know, there's the under the table and incentives. Some sort of like whichever team gets the 51st is going to get some sort of I don't know, special trip to the day spas of Florida. I just think there's going to be a lot of offense, and with a lot of offense comes a lot of opportunity. I don't think the Rams are going to be super stoked on the running game with both guys kind of coming back from various things, and I think Josh Allen and this Bills team is going to be much of the same. I can't wait to look after this game to go into the FFPC draft rooms on Friday and Saturday and see all James Cook and Singletary dropping down the board because they both got like 6 carries.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, that's right. The Bills don't give a shit about the running back. So yeah, I'm going to take the over. I know over city isn't always the best thing, but I'm taking overs for both of the interceptions.
Well, I'm with you. I'm my first play, Matt Stafford over a half interceptions. 21 games he played last year. He threw an interception in 13 of those. Of course, led the regular season, tied with Trevor Lawrence with 17, and then he threw another 4 during the postseason, or maybe 3. I know he threw 2 in the Super Bowl, 1 in the NFC Championship. Should have been another second one in the NFC Championship game. Jaquiski Tart dropped that one. He's going to get one of these, and he's missed a decent amount of camp. He's dealing with the elbow, the back. In his last 8 games, 6-2, to throwing an interception. You mentioned. And I'll jump ahead here, Ryan. You mentioned you don't think the Rams are going to be able to run the ball much or won't be that interested. In particular, Cam Akers right now over on Sleeper, 44.5 rushing yards. I am all over the under. I mean, he came back from that Achilles. He looked horrible. And by all accounts, like there's all this Darrell Henderson hype just because the idea of like, he's going to be the main guy. Cam Akers, I think would have to get to 10 carries to hit this over. I just don't see it. Maybe we're completely wrong and he's going to be explosive runner and just dominate. I think so many things have to go right. 1, I still think they're going to ease him in. 2, I just don't think he's that explosive. And 3, the Bills defense isn't horrible. So I think so much has to go right. And I think they're going to try and get Darrell Henderson involved as well, besides throwing the ball a bunch. So over 44.5, I just don't see it.
Yeah. And I'm with you there. And to add a nugget on the interceptions, last year opening game, Brady threw 2, Dak threw 1. So
yeah,
the nerves. And yeah, third leg of my three what are we supposed to call it? 3 selection contest. 26.5 over for Isaiah McKenzie. By all accounts, he's going to be very used, There's a couple receivers who have news has come out that they're going to be heavily involved or featured in the offense. Isaiah McKenzie seems to be one of those players. I wonder if we're going to see a world where he's being used more regularly than Gabe Davis.
Yeah. I mean,
in terms of just raw targets,
I am
low A dot stuff, but I do think McKenzie's going to be a fun player. I think he's going to, everything we were saying about Jameis and Crowder replacing Cole Beasley back in March and April, I think it's going to be all Isaiah McKenzie. So over 26.5. I mean, shit, that could be one catch, Sean.
Ryan, for me, the lock of all locks, Josh Allen over 36.5 rushing yards. Did
I miss that?
This is big games, Josh. This guy in big games, he always runs. I mean, you remember that first Houston playoff game where he's like throwing his body and like the ball's going all over the place. And it was this horrible fumble because the dude he has no off switch. Now I know Sean McDermott's coming in and saying, "Hey, we want to run Josh less." He can say all they want.
Bullshit. Why would you want to do that? You want to lose more
in a massive primetime game? He's going to run in the 2 playoff games. He ran for 66 and 68 yards. I think he's going to run for 36.5. That packed stadium opening night, he's going to be jacked off of adrenaline. Like I just don't see him not running for that much.
Yeah. I mean, we basically we gave out a very similar parlay here. I like it. Well, wait, you only gave out 2.
No, I gave out 3, Ryan.
Oh,
Matt Stafford over
right, yes.
and a half interceptions.
Your running back angle.
Cam Akers under 45 or 44.5 rushing yards. Josh Allen over 36.5 rushing yards. And head over to sleeper.com/SGP. Get going there today. And got you covered. 100% deposit bonus up to $100. You can copy our picks as well. It's a lot of fun.
If you're in the group, you'd see I just laid it down. You can copy me.
He's already got the picks in.
I'm in.
All right, DFS week 2 or bonus lineup, Brian. It is NFL week 1.
You said not only do I demand that you give me a lineup with a $5,300 quarterback, but do it twice. Are you kidding me? The options. I mean, there are a good amount of cheap quarterbacks this year. I was Mariota almost came out for the rodeo here, but Come on, dude. We've been so hard up on this Texans team. You know I'm going to bring out Davis Mills. Davis Mills, 5,300. Look, it's a tough defense, but the Colts have what? Sean, should I give the nugget for the DFS junkie? 8 straight home, 8 straight. Week 1 losses for the Colts, and goddamn, do I love Lovie Smith and the hunger. This Sean, you want to have fun? Go watch some media availability for the Texans. You tell me one guy on that team that is not dialed all the way the fuck up for Lovie Smith right now. This is not a team tanking. When are people going to listen to us? Do I have to stand on a table in Las Vegas and tell people how many people am I going to tell to bet the Texans to win the division? Davis Mills 5,300. Let's fucking go.
All right. For my quarterback, I'm going to give you a.
Someone turned into the show and was like, really? Jameis Winston and Davis Mills. Not playing either of these quarterbacks.
Well, Ryan, one, I'm sure that will catch a ton of ownership, and I don't worry, I have some low owned guys to balance it out. But
Sean, you're playing. I'm laughing because you keep explaining how you're playing other lineups. Okay. It's great. No, it's
Patrick Mahomes, Ryan.
Yes,
Patrick Mahomes. He is my quarterback in this scenario. $7,700. And no, I was explaining I have low owned guys in this lineup.
Oh,
I was not talking about other lineups. Patrick Mahomes, $7,700 at the Cards.
Will he be chalky?
I think I would imagine so, but
I'm not.
Again, he's the highest priced quarterback, but I think this is a great spot. I'm going to get different by one, not including Travis Kelce, and then 2, my bring back for Arizona in this lineup is crazy bananas. So I think those 2 factors alone should really help.
I would have, again, maybe I'm not the best at the ownership stuff, but had you asked me, I think we even discussed this when we gave out a lineup at some point in the summer. But to me, the top guy is never like a favorite to be chalky, especially when he's on the road. A lot of question about his offense. I don't think you have to get that different. So maybe this is the $1 million lineup, Sean. Super different. All right, running back 1. Yep. Play that Escalade sound. I'm sure you don't have the beeping on the board anymore.
Nope.
It's been a while since Saquon Barkley's been that Escalade. Only 6,100. Is the algorithm broken? Is the algorithm broken? The usage is going to be. We don't know about the catches he's going to have yet. Once everyone sees the absolute massive floor that he's going to get in the check down game, he could be. And I've started to lean this way. He might be the primary pass catcher in this offense.
I mean, Devin Singletary had 40 catches. I think that sounds about right
you're
Saquon
coming in with a
season.
layman's take that this is Bills. So you don't know that this is actually more Chiefs. Again, maybe not a good reference for who's going to catch the ball, but here's what the difference, Sean. You're going to see Barkley lined up out wide, and I think you're going to see Barkley running a lot of the across the middle dirty stuff. I would be shocked. Right now, I'd say Barkley, Wandell Robinson, 1-2 in terms of favorites to lead this team in catches.
So Kenny Galladay.
I think Tony and Galladay will have much more yards per catch and stuff like that.
Are they both playing?
Yes.
Week 1. Okay.
Yes. I've been telling you that, and you continually ask me.
No, they both seem injured.
What are you talking about?
Kadarius Toney has been missing practice, correct?
Kadarius Toney will be out there. Kenny Galladay will be out there.
Okay.
I don't know why you keep trying to bring this negative fucking energy to the show. Barkley 6,100. Let's go.
Christian McCaffrey. I also put him in this lineup.
Oh my God. Yeah. I mean, it's the logic that he's 8,500 and he should be 10,000. Hard to not play him.
Who's your second running back, Ryan?
One of the running backs on the Redskins, aka the Commanders, got shot. McKissick seems like he's like a late.
They hate Antonio Gibson.
I'm playing Antonio Gibson. Who else is getting the ball?
That's horrible take.
Why? McKissick might not play.
No, he's going to play.
McKissick is banged up.
He's practicing. He practiced today.
He's banged up.
Okay.
Brian Robinson is out. Who else is getting carries?
Yeah, no, I mean
5,800 against the Jacksonville team that I'm not expecting their defense to be tremendously good. If your logic is they're just going to put him on the bench, I don't know. And to your earlier angle of having guys with revenge on their mind, this is a guy who might be getting his only opportunity, one of the few opportunities, because like I said, If McKissick's not 100% go, then 100% you have to give Gibson a shitload of carries. And if you're playing a team that you think you might be able to play a little bully ball with, that's got to be the game plan. So 5,800, Gibson's going to be very unpopular this week, and he could catch a massive workload.
Unpopular with the coaches of the Commanders or with the owners of DraftKings?
What's his over under for carries this week?
I don't know. We'll see what the McKissick. I think McKissick is going to play, but if he plays, I think he has a massive chance to, and he's going to get all the passing down work. I don't think Antonio Gibson's going to be out there on third downs. But to your point, yeah, he has to have some carries. I don't think he's getting more than
who was getting the carries. They're not going to give McKissick's not a 15 carry a game guy even. That would be my angle. Like, show me the guy getting the carries. It's going to be Gibson. Period. Love the angle. Love how much you hate it too, which means this is going to be super contrarian.
Yeah, no, I don't think a lot of people will play him. Austin Eckler, $8,200 at home. He's done very well against the Las Vegas Raiders in his career here. Yeah, it's just Austin Eckler. I don't know, man. He's really had a. I mean, he really could have like an awesome workload here. You know what? Hold on. Actually,
there's no one behind him because they can't figure out who it should be, which tells you it's no one.
Yeah.
Right. They signed
no, they and again, I was on the idea that Spiller might have some value there, but it doesn't seem like he's a part of their plans.
They signed Sony Michel.
Yeah, and the Raiders are very bad against pass catching running backs. So Austin Eckler all day at especially at this price point, $8,200. He could be a huge part of their offense. So love it, Austin Eckler.
All right, stack one for Davis Mills. Brandon Cooks, 6,300. No brainer. Got to play Brandon Cooks. He's getting super disrespected. Drafted a shit ton of him in best ball. Drafting the shit ton of him in managed season long. He's not getting the respect, and it's funny because he gets more respect in DFS pricing than he does in like fantasy ADPs. But even then, he's still going on the cheap end here, 6,300. And again, would it be shocking if the Texans came out and helped the Colts lose a 9 straight week 1 game? No,
not shocking at all, Ryan. Totally agree with you on that. I also, you know what else isn't shocking or would be shocking is if people haven't signed up for our free NFL Survivor contest yet. If you haven't already, I don't know what you're doing. We partnered up with Run Your Pool. Run Your Pool is home of competition, bringing sports fan and their social circles together to compete, connect, and make every game matter more. Run Your Pool offers a ton of different pools, obviously. Pick'em, Survivor, Fantasy, you get it. It's your one-stop shop for sports gaming with customizable features that you don't get anywhere else. And again, we're giving away $500 cash and a $250 gift certificate to the SGPN store. All you got to do is go to play.runyourpool.com/SGPN to sign up. That is play.runyourpool.com/SGPN to sign up over there. And again, it's NFL Survivor competing against Kramer and I, everyone else in the SGPN family. Play.runyourpool.com/SGPN. We're also brought to you by Odds Trader. Odds Trader is your one-stop shop to comparing all the odds from all the major books. Again, you get the best sign-up codes and promos. They also have handicapping, play-by-play updates, live score, and bet tracking, player stats, game stats, projected game day weather. They got it all. All you got to do is go to oddstrader.com/Blue Wire, oddstrader.com/Blue Wire. Odds Trader, the #1 site for all your game day bets. Make a part of your pregame ritual. Oddstrader.com/Blue Wire. All right, Ryan, who do I got? I'll tell you who I got. AJ Brown confirmed dog in that spot for my first receiver, $6,400. There's a world where he just gets a ton of targets. I mean, he led training camp targets. It seems like they're going out of their way to force feed him the ball a bunch. So give me AJ Brown, 6,400.
Detroit was glorious too in terms of giving away points to wide receivers last year. So
yeah, and really, what have they done to? I get you're gonna try out Aiden Hutchinson, Maybe he ends up having a great career, but week 1, I like Lane Johnson, one of the best right tackles in the game, to be able to hopefully neutralize him. So AJ Brown 6,400.
Let's stay with the Browns because I'm going Hollywood Brown. Look, this is going to be part of a little game stack here, a little potentially half chalky game stack. But Hollywood, I mean, you hear the news about Zach Ertz now. There are pass catchers that aren't going to be playing for this team that are going to be featured prominently at times this season. At 6,200, Hollywood, not only does he have the college bromance situation with Kyler and the freestyling should be awesome, but I think, in terms of a single game ceiling, is there a receiver with a higher one? He's going to get a shitload of the target share, and he's also going to be targeted down the field. If this turns into a shootout, I don't see any path where it's not Hollywood catching 2 touchdowns. I mean, unless he's dropping the ball. I hate how invested I am in this guy this year, but I'm in on Kyler. So if I'm in on Kyler, I'm in on Kyler's college bros, and Hollywood's one of them. 6,200. I'm playing him in stacks. I'm playing him in with QB stacks. I'm playing him in quarterback or game stacks, and I love him as my bring back when I'm playing the Mahomes stacks as well.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. You're right on the Zach Ertz news. I have a different angle on it. We'll get to that.
I don't think he'll be chalky either.
Hollywood Brown?
No, he's too expensive, I think.
Yeah. Although maybe people, we'll see when the injury stuff comes out. That's what's so annoying about going out to Vegas.
Not
on Tuesday.
You got to train the wife on how to play draft.
Yeah, walking her through. Okay, here's what you do.
I got it settled. I got it installed on the little one's phone. We're good to go.
Daddy wants you to swap this player.
That's like math.
My second receiver is the stack Juju. Again, $5,200. His target share could be through the roof. I think playing across from Kelsey is going to open up stuff for him across the middle, even if it's not super deep ADOT stuff. I think Juju is going to be the guy. So $5,200.
Bring back for my Davis Mills single stack. I didn't get crazy and go double stack. Although if I had gone double stack, Sean, wouldn't be Nico. It'd be Brevin Jordan. Going to take that's $1 million player right there. Brevin Jordan, $3,100 in the tight end position. But bringing it back, Michael Pittman Jr. again. He's going to be chalky at 5,500. The target share seems like massive floor. He's probably a cash game guy too at 5,500. Who else is going to catch the ball on the regular there? I know Alec Pierce is fun to think about, and they have some ghosts of the past that just haven't performed. And you heard what Pittman said. Matt Ryan can put it anywhere he wants to. So Michael Pittman Jr.
Disgusting.
We made a shitload of money, Sean, if you remember, betting props on this guy last year. And I really, this is one of the worst priced guys out there. I don't understand why he's 5,500. I mean, again, using some level of ADP to price model, Pittman's a 3rd round guy. He's being priced like a 5th round guy. So 6th round guy. I think I would imagine he'll be very owned. The only thing maybe keeping him from being heavily owned is the fact that he's on the same team as Jonathan Taylor, and his quarterback is Matt Ryan. But Michael Pittman, 5,500.
Yeah, I mean Pittman's.
Are you playing him at all?
No, I don't really have much of Pittman. I mean, it's more just I'm not that interested in Matt Ryan. But again, someone's got to catch the ball in that cold.
You sound like a guy who hasn't built the Davis Mills lineup yet.
Oh no, I have.
Naheem Hines is the bring back.
Yeah, or just I mean, I'm building. I was listening to some of the advanced stuff. It's like the bring back is become so popular.
It's too chalky.
Well, no, it's still the plus EV way to play it, but the margin is so slim now, and also it's hit one of these. Really, it's not going to matter if you bring it back.
So they're saying it doesn't. It might not. It might not be meaningful to bring it back, but bringing it back still gives you a greater chance to catch a wave. Essentially,
but not.
But you might be on a wave with everyone else.
The EV aspect of it isn't as massive as it once was.
Well, maybe the new edge is running back wide receiver game stacks, rolling it out here live.
No, they also said that wasn't a good idea.
What?
Negative EV play.
Really?
Yeah. Anytime you're not stacking the receiver.
No, I'm saying a game stack with a running back and a wide receiver from different teams.
Yeah, they would say no because you want it to be a shootout with the dueling receivers.
Okay. I mean,
I'm just telling you what they say. Right?
yeah.
I'm repeating what the nerds say.
Yeah.
You can take it up with the nerds.
Yeah,
I'm not. I'm just speaking for them.
And nerds tend to look backwards through the rear view, whereas I'm looking forward.
You're a forward-looking
Pioneer,
I get
thought leader.
For me, I'm going double receiver for the Chiefs. Give me Sky Moore, $3,800. Massive upside. I know what you're thinking. He's a rookie receiver. Oh, he's a speedy receiver, right? That's his claim to fame. What about another speedy receiver making his professional debut? Enter Deshaun Jackson. His first game, 10 targets, 6 for 106.
That's great.
Why? What?
No, I love it.
Okay.
I love I guess I was not surprised you went right to an Eagle.
I went to an Eagle, Ryan, because
I like Sky
Andy
Moore.
Reid coached a.
I don't know why you're getting upset. I like Sky Moore.
Okay.
Went to my Western Michigan Broncos. I don't know if you knew that.
Who do you got for your flex, Ryan?
I was going to ask you a question about Sky Moore because I'm not playing him. I'm not playing him a ton, and I like it. It doesn't seem like he's the guy on the offense that I shaded away from towards the end of the process. It's MVS, it's Juju, it's Kelsey, and for some reason I don't have a ton of Sky Moore, and I think his price reflects it. What'd you say, 3,800?
Yeah, he's very cheap. He's a speedy receiver. Again, I compare him to Deshaun Jackson because he's 5'10", 194, drafted by Andy Reid, who coached both the players. I know that's crazy for you, but yeah, I think he's the kind of guy you take a shot on, burning someone deep in a game like this against Arizona that could be a shootout in a dome.
Yeah, and he's 900 cheaper than MVS, who would in theory be the other guy catching those down the field balls. Who by the way, third highest ADOT in the National Football League with Aaron Rodgers. So maybe he can maintain it. Again, another guy who's got to catch the ball. Sticking with your Kansas City Chiefs, I am taking the aforementioned very chalky Travis Kelce. Not even the most expensive tight end on the board, which again, some of these prices seem wrong. Tyreek Hill's gone. Sean, you laid out the case for a couple of the receivers. I don't know if any of the receivers are going to eat into his target share at all. And so,
no, I mean, he's a great play. I guess the only reason,
I don't know if he's a great play if he's too owned. Right.
Yeah. Well, and again, getting into the deep weeds, like you're better off having two guys that are 40% owned and then two guys that are 10% owned versus four guys that are 25% owned. Like you need, when it comes to ownership, you need some stars and scrubs. You need some chalky guys and then some 10% guys. So it's okay to play those chalky guys as long as you're balancing it out with some like super low owned. I think I've come up with the formula. When you're hitting submit on your Millionaire Maker lineup, there should be two guys in that lineup who don't have a profile photo. I think that is the sweet spot.
Does Davis Mills have a photo? Fuck.
It could,
his
if
neck's so long.
If the photo is of the wrong team, that's even better.
Okay, Hollywood Brown.
Right? Is he
Raven?
Yeah. If they just have like the team logo up, that's good. And I got
Robert
two of them.
Woods is Rams. Okay, I'm done. I haven't said that one yet.
Yeah, that's what you need. That's what I'm saying. Like you need two. Robert Woods ownership's going to be like 5%. So you're going to balance out your Kelsey stuff there.
Yeah, my chalk would be Pittman and Kelsey if I had to guess. But yeah, so but yeah, I mean, real quick back to Kelsey because it is crazy. He's not the highest. Like he the fact that he's cheaper than a guy and the fact that he's only 700 over Kittle, it does. I wonder if people will talk their way into not taking him because they'll assume, it's that weird thing where people overthink it. I think to your point, he won't be a complete, like everyone has him. And I think your comment about the ownership thing, I think it's really just about having the heavy contrarian plays more than it is having chalky guys. Like, cause 25% owned is still kind of chalky. So to your point, like it's really about having the guys that are going to help. if you hit a 20-point guy from a 2% ownership, you're in a good spot. All right. Flex?
No, I got to my tight end Ryan debut and Trey McBride, $2,900 backup tight end for the Arizona Cardinals.
Doing it.
Got made fun of number of times by someone for drafting him in best ball, and it's for situations like these where
Andrew was making fun of you?
No, it's you.
Oh.
Because Zach Ertz isn't a guy that's at this stage of his career who's probably going to start 17 games. We'll see. Again, we're taping this late Monday night, but Zach Ertz has dealt with a calf thing the entire offseason. Today,
so he's missing time because of injury, not because of baby. So I know he just had a baby too.
Yes.
Okay.
He's been dealing with a calf strain and he was not practicing today, which if you're not practicing on Monday, that's a bad sign. So, some of the other guys like T Higgins, Velus Jones, who are questionable, they were practicing on Monday. So I'm going to grade them as fine.
He is a vet, maybe.
Zach Ertz. Yeah. Maybe.
Do you think McBride immediately comes in and is getting used? I guess that was what
Cliff Kingsbury has a hard on for him. Again, that's why I'm kind of high on him, or not high on him. Again, you can take him on your 18th round, 19th round best ball pick. The reason I thought he was worth it because he was their highest drafted player. Cliff Kingsbury loves him and wants to get him involved in the offense. His snap count has been him split wide. So I think he has a lot going for him. And again, he's 2,900.
I mean, it's not the I guess you're essentially saying he could be the number 3 option or something like that in the passing game. Yeah, I mean that game could be that could be the nuclear game. So maybe he's the $1 million player. We had an opportunity to draft him in the main event, doing a slow draft, and I passed on the idea because I just don't know. I've read some stuff that leads me to believe I don't know if it's a lock that he's going to be like one of Kyler's guys. That he might be one of Kingsbury's guys. I don't know.
And that could very well be true. And maybe it's just the way Zach Ertz runs his routes and
Trey McBride's he's a Halo guy.
Yeah, he doesn't. He's from he's from an opposing clan. And maybe it's just the way Zach Ertz runs and he's a vet and he trusts him. This play is like, hey, maybe there's just going to be a bunch of easy stuff for the Cardinals tight ends in this offense.
I will say on my tour of watching media availability, I did watch the Kingsbury press conference where he talked about Zach Ertz. He did have the look of someone who was as if it was okay he was out and that he was going to be playing again for what it's worth. But yeah,
from what I've seen, he's not it doesn't sound like he's going to play.
That a lot of people are suggesting that. Yeah, definitely. All right, Flex. I'm speaking of old guys, clear number 1 target, another running back, wide receiver, mini game stack here. Robert Woods, 5,600. I so badly want to make this Treylon Burks, but you would tell me don't leave $700 on the table. And so what I did was I bumped it up to Robert Woods, but man, do I want to swap this to Treylon Burks. All the shit I'm reading about the game plan. Have you seen this? Trey Burks is going to be used heavily. He's going to break some shit this week.
No, then
you know what?
I'm put him in, Ryan. Yeah. And just use your $700 on defense or something.
I have so much. So I was looking at some of my final ownership and combining the various best ball sites. Treylon Burks is in my top 7 receivers owned. And that was with me not drafting him the last month of best ball season. So, all right, I'm going to swap it. Treylon Burks against my Giants. The secondary is definitely going to be a weak spot for this team. And everything I'm reading is that the coaching staff for the Titans has just been leaning into getting him ready because he is a massive part of their offensive game plan. So 5,000 Treylon Burks. Although maybe I feel like I have to duplicate the lineup and play it with Robert Woods as well. Just so I don't.
That's funny because this very lineup I'm giving out.
Doing it right now.
I had a version where in my flex I selected Christian Kirk, and then I was like, I don't love Christian Kirk, but I kind of want one share of Christian Kirk, and then I swapped him out. But then I was like, oh, you already made this lineup with Christian Kirk. So I made myself copy it and redo it and swap it in for the guy I really wanted, Elijah Moore, Ryan. Elijah Moore.
Love it.
You forget. They're still claiming that Zach Wilson has a chance to start. I don't see it. But Joe Flacco, his last start, His last he started 2 games last year. His last start, Elijah Moore went 8 for 141 and a touchdown. Like there's he's the only guy that I think Joe Flacco is interested in throwing the ball to.
It does sound like Zach Wilson has a pretty like a 50, we'll call it greater than 50-50 shot to start. But boy, I love your angle. And not only that, if you were gonna, Joe Flacco also likes to dabble with a little tight end. CJ Uzoma.
Okay. What's his price? It's going to be pretty cheap.
Negative. I don't know, all the way at the bottom. I certainly, if I'm going, but really the way I like Elijah Moore is in some sort of correlation with Bateman, whether it's a game stack or something like that. Bateman will be lower owned in that game compared to Mark Andrews. The true $1 million player in that game could be Isaiah Likely, but we're anyway. I'm going to make that lineup again and play it with play it both ways.
The problem is with the second tight end, I just don't think he's going to get the volume. He's more fun for like a first touchdown.
Yeah, or Andrews gets popped in the head first play of the game.
What do you have for your defense?
Mark
Ryan?
Andrews quote: Isaiah Likely is going to shock the world. Commanders. I mentioned them earlier. 2,500 taking on the Jags. Low key. I mean, Trevor Lawrence could still suck. Doug Peterson, maybe he's not going to have them right week 1. And as much as I like taking the Jags in this spot, I do like the Commanders' ability. I'm just going to say Redskins. I do like the Redskins' ability to get a sack or two, get a turnover. I mean, do you remember Trevor Lawrence turnover machine last year? So I'm going to go. Oh, but now I have the $700, Sean.
Yeah, you can upgrade your
defense. This broke everything. I can go all.
Who else are you looking to upgrade?
Well, this is
walk this through on
I'm not upgrading. I'm just gonna. I mean, dare I? I don't even like. I could play the Eagles defense against Detroit. I saw the news about the left tackle,
right tackle.
The right tackle not playing.
Yeah, that's horrible news.
You know what? No. Yeah, let's do it. I'll play the Eagles defense. I do like the Commanders. I do like the Dolphins as well, but I'll take the Eagles. I mean, so I don't know if you remember from Hard Knocks, but there was a lot of concern around the backup offensive line. Repeated scenes, so I would imagine that's the Eagles pass rush going to show up.
Yeah, hope so. I mean, Hassan Reddick, they brought in.
He wants to be there.
Brandon Graham, completely healthy. He should add a nice little boost to the team. Hargrave, Fletcher Cox, let's go. And I think they're going to be blitzing their linebackers more. My defense in this lineup, $2,200. They're at home, Chicago Bears. I mean, the Eberflus system I think could be interesting, especially for a young quarterback trying to figure out, especially for a guy who's thrown 100 passes in the past 4 years. I mean, I like Eberflus to scheme up something.
It's a good defense this week,
especially at home.
It will be all right. So, of the cheap defenses, the Bears is going to be the most owned, right? Or there?
I wouldn't worry about ownership in.
No,
defense.
I know. I'm just curious. Like, are people? If you're punting defense, you're probably playing the Bears this week, right? It's Trey Lance on the road. It's
tough for me to even wrap my head around it because everyone's been so negative on the Bears. Like I can't imagine, and I guess I'm just going off what I hear in the fantasy community, and everyone has just such a rock hard erection for Trey Lance and just hates everything about the Chicago Bears.
I just flipped through these screenshots of the FFPC main event drafts, and people are always commenting how sexy the team with Trey Lance is every time. It's like, why you're ruining you're just burning $2,000 by drafting Trey
Lance. I think Steelers are kind of an interesting defense, even though they're on the road. But certainly you're playing like Joe Burrow and Jamar, like legit talent there. I don't know who else. I mean, maybe if you're out on the Eagles, Detroit's only 2,000 at home. You mentioned the Commanders, I guess Miami, but I would I mean, Miami, New England's defenses are the same price essentially.
For the same reason, it's a tough survivor week. It's like there's just a lot of gross defenses, and you could pay up and take the Ravens. That's I would imagine that's like the
it's
premium
always,
cash.
but look at
play,
the first 5 defenses are on the road as far as price, which it's always bad.
I mean, the more
the
I look at
the
it,
only defense I paid up that was even like close to top 10 was Titans at home.
Oh, I'd probably pay up for the Ravens. I'll have some lineups with the Ravens defense for sure. Come on, dude. If it's Joe Flacco,
Joe Flacco revenge game? Are you kidding me?
I like the idea of Joe Flacco, Delaware drip, all that. But come on,
Houston, and Chicago. Those are the 2 plays. They're at home. They have defensive minded head coaches, and going up against very suspect quarterbacks.
Everyone's homework assignment is to go just find me a clip where a Houston Texan player doesn't see him all in. Find one.
Do your worst,
and then realize that they're 35-1 to win the division.
Ryan, we've said it all. Hey, sportsgamblingpodcast.com/Discord. Hop in there. We're going to be chatting it up, live reaction to all the games, college, NFL, and of course, enter the free roll football contest. $5,000 up for grabs and a 2-night stay at the Win. $1,500 in the college football contest. You can still get in that, even though you missed week 1. Still a chance to win some cash there. Follow us on Twitter at Gambling Podcast. Send us a nice rating and review. Just gave out a winner for Merch Monday. Screenshot you sending in your review, and you got a good chance of winning a $50 gift certificate, courtesy of us.
And Sean, if you join the college contest right now, you'll be ahead of me. So get in.
Yes,
I'll be behind you. I'll be looking at your caboose. No big deal. That's it. That's all I got.
Okay.
Thank you for participating in the Sports Gambling Podcast.
For the Sports Gambling Podcast, I'm Sean. Second the money green. He's Ryan.
See you soon, Vegas.
Kramer. Let it ride.